Mandy Sackett with the Surfrider Foundation. I just have a few quick updates in the Orange County area that are timely, and I just wanted to bring it to your attention. I know we're constrained on time. So I've got a PowerPoint. Someone might have walked away with the clicker, so I'll just say next slide. So thank you for this presentation today. We appreciate these monthly updates, excited for the opportunity to discuss and explore sea level rise issues each month. And so I'll start just here in South Orange County. Oops, wrong presentation. I've got 4 today. So our South Orange County beaches are really suffering from erosion, which seems to have been exacerbated over the past few years. I have a photo here of San Onofre State Beach, which is actually technically San Diego County, Camp Pendleton property. In 2017, state parks put in an emergency revetment, 800 feet of rocks, to protect a public access road to the beach, and the commission earlier this year authorized it for 5 more years. Now the erosion is really terrible at the rest of the beach, is in dire need of a plan. We really hope state parks will develop a plan that uses alternative methods to protect the beach and parking south of the seawall. We're working with Parks and Coastal Conservancy staff to apply for funding for a living shoreline project down there. In the meantime, my ask is just please don't put any rocks on the beach or let parks put any more rocks on the beach. We're working hard to find a solution. Moving up coast, you saw some photos of Capistrano Beach. We appreciate this time Coastal Commission staff did not allow Orange County Parks to place boulders on the beach to protect the bike path. Instead, they're using geotextile bags and coming up with a long-term plan. And just a note, we do have some concerns with the geotextile bags. They really fall apart. This is the south end of Capistrano Beach. They're, just should be a temporary emergency option rather than, basically a de facto seawall. So a long-term plan really should be finalized and required in any of these types of emergency permits. And then just moving along the coast, this photo is just to highlight the situation up north in Newport and Huntington is very different. The beaches are much wider, but the adjacent communities, as you heard, are very low-lying, extremely vulnerable to sea level rise, especially with associated groundwater rise. The groundwater table there is just super high. So here's Huntington Beach. We really carefully consider, we're hoping that you will all really carefully consider any new development that goes in, especially major costly infrastructure projects. You heard yesterday about the proposed Huntington Beach desalination plant during public comment. That would be sited here next to the AES power plant. The orange arrow shows where the plant would go. The issue here is that the site will experience an island effect with only 2 feet of sea level rise, allowing this project to be sited so close to the coast and in such a low elevation area will saddle local officials, local taxpayers with unneeded headaches, unneeded expenses over the coming decades. So I hope you'll really take that into consideration. And so just to wrap up, I do really appreciate the commission and staff's efforts to administer LCP grants and work to plan for these issues. In the meantime, there's a number of projects that could result in decades of impact and momentum towards armoring. So I'm just hoping the commission will make wise decisions moving forward. Ultimately, if you all don't save our beaches, who will? So thanks for your time today.
Thank you, Ms. Sackett. Matt Caparito, Realtors Coastal Commission Issues Group. Mr. Schmidt, are you both speaking together, or are you speaking for both?
Oh, we're going to introduce him. No, I'm not Matt.
All right, thank you, sir.
Morning,